Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time, you're welcome. In today's video, we're making this lovely dress you're seeing right now on your screen. I call it mini flay or full A-cut gown with V-shape sleeve. And guys, without wasting much of our time, let's dive to this video. My name is PELLA'S. To all my subscribers, thank you so much. And if it's your first time on this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you. So we will start by laying our fabric flat like this, exactly the way you're seeing it. Then I'll fold it triangular, exactly the way you're seeing me doing it. I just took one edge, flip it to the other edge, making it triangular. Then after folding it that way, I flip it again, making it second time. So I have my fabric folded double. Right there at the upper part of my folded fabric, I'm going to locate the part where comfortably I'm going to be getting the shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I rule it, then took it down about 10.5 inches, which is my bust point measurement. So from that bust point I came up 1.5, which stands for my chest line. And you can see exactly how my fabric is folded. You should know that we are cutting both front and back together. Then on the first line I just slanted it down about 1 inch, and I took the half measurement of my shoulder measurement. I took it there. Remember, I slanted it down with 1 inch. Then I drew it downward to the chest line. Then on the chest line I came up about 1 inch just to slant to get my armhole. Then for the neck, I took the depth and the width of the neck 3.5. But remember, I don't want the depth of the back neck to be as 3.5 the same way it is at the front. So I'm going to be taking it down with just 2 inches for the depth of the back. So I'll first cut the 2 inches, then separate before I cut the 3 inches depth of the neck. Then for the main length of the gown, remember it's a flay gown, A-cut or full A-cut gown. So I'm going to be taking the right measurements, the full measurements, then placing my tape rule from the neck. That side I mark out for the neck. Then I just took it down to the desired measurements I wanted, which is 44. From there I cut it. Exactly what you do while cutting out your flay or peplum. That's what I'm doing right there. Please ignore the full step you're seeing. So sorry, I didn't know this was reflecting on the video. And after I was done doing that, just ensure you can see how I'm slanting. If I come to each side I slant the tape rule towards that side, so that I'll get a perfect curve for my flay. So after that I cut it out, and I went ahead again. I cut the shoulder part, then the armhole curve, I cut it out perfectly. You can see exactly what we have there. Okay, so at this point now I'm going to be cutting the neck. Remember, we first cut the back, which is 2 inches depth, but the width remains the same, 3.5 inches for both front and back. From that, you already see that the down part of the fabric I folded is the back. It's the back part. So from there I have a zipper, like I just left about 1 inch for zipper, you can see there. Then from the center I opened it up so that I can separate both back and the front. Then I raised up the one on top and I cut out the neck depth very well. Remember, this one is just for the front, you can see now, and the down one is for the back. This particular fabric has a pattern, and I would not like this down part to show, so I'm going to be covering it up with that fabric exactly how you're seeing it. So I'm going to cover it up. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. Then for the neck, I've gone ahead to cut out a interface where I'm going to be using to pipe the neck. You can see I cut. I just place the neck down and I cut exactly the same way the neck is. I also cut another one too for the back part. So I will lay it, making the right side face the right side of the fabric, stitch it together and flip it to the back. You can as well gum a stain on this, or put gum to glue it down so that it will not flip up, since we are not using full lining on our fabric. And after I was done doing that, I just folded my fabric again into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see right there. I first folded it in 2, then flip it again, making it into 4. You can see I have feathers here. These are the feathers I'm going to be attaching on the round sleeve of the fabric. Then let's cut out the sleeve. So now first, from the edge where I'm going to be starting from, I came down about 4 inches. And I'm going to be slanting it to the edge of the fabric exactly the way you're seeing it now. And taking the measurement of this slant I have there is about 11 inches, which is going to enter perfectly into the armhole of the main fabric. So for the length of the sleeve is about 25 together with the length of the felder. So I already minus 3 inches for the felder, and the remaining 22 inches is for the length. And this fabric I folded already, the length is about 22 inches, perfectly for my sleeve length. So this is the method I use in achieving this perfect sleeve. I first marked out my round sleeve measurement, the perfect measurement, which is 8 divided by 2, I have 4. Then I added 1 inch allowance, which is 5, and I just connected it to the upper part of the sleeve. Then after I'm done doing that, I just added about 6 inches allowance extra to the round sleeve, and I connected it upward exactly the way you're seeing it. So what I did first, I took the perfect measurement for my round sleeve, then I added 1 inch allowance. Later on, I added extra 6 inches allowance. I wanted 5 inches, but the remaining 1 inch is for sewing allowance and the allowance that will be inwardly. So on the down parts of the round sleeve, I came up like 1 inch just to slant it down part. I don't want it to be just plain or straight like that. I slanted it up, and I went ahead to just cut out exactly what I have. Then the parts that I slanted down, I also went ahead and cut it out. So the sewing of this cloth is as simple as ABC. Exactly the way you cut it, that's how we are going to stitch it together. This is something you can just stitch up in less than 30 minutes. 30 minutes is much. So guys, let's dive into the stitching parts of this. So this is the edge, the down parts where I'm going to be adding the felder. You can see how the felder looks. So I already have the neck stitched together with the neck interface I cut for both fronts and the back. You can see how it is there. Then for the shoulder, I'll just stitch both the front and the back together, making the right side face the right side. And in the same vein, I took it down to the side, the two sides, making the right side of the fabric face the right side of the fabric, the front and the back, and I stitched it down, stitch the sides together. Then for the neck, since there is no lining there, I'm going to be using this to glue the down part, the interface with the fabric, so that it's not going to be popping up or coming up. So it's going to be stable. I will do that for both front and back. And after I was done, I just went ahead to fix my sleeve. Remember, there's nothing to do much on the sleeve. Just sew the down part and connect the hand together. The allowance you leave is about 1 inch. Then after I was done doing that, I brought in my feathers and I'm going to stitch it on top of the sleeve. Apology for the video is not that stable. So guys, that's all for this video, and you can see how it looks. See you in my next video.